Welcome back. The first round is on its way. The round has started 1 minute and a half ago, and the players are getting seated.
Yeah.
We will immediately go to the match itself on table 1, or future table 1, because it's actually table 5. Here we go. On the left hand side, as you see, is Mathi Lenaerts. He is most likely playing KCI, the Crack Clan Ironworks deck, the combo deck. And on the right hand side we have Emmanuel Delvigne. We are not entirely sure yet what he is playing. As you can see, players are shuffling up. Do you know the combo deck KCI a little bit, Ivo, or is it new to you?
It's completely new to me, so okay. I'll be excited to learn a lot of Modern today.
Let's have a look if I can put up the key piece. Ironworks. So let's show you. That is the key piece in what I think Mathi's playing. That's also why it's called KCI, Clan Ironworks. 4 mana to put an artifact into play that says sacrifice any artifact, add 2 mana, colorless mana to your mana pool. And it's a combo deck that actually sacrifices things like Ichor Wellsprings, Mox Opals, you know that one. Yeah. Ichor Wellspring is probably something you don't really know either. It's an artifact that actually does nothing on its own, unless when it comes into play, you may draw a card when it's put in the graveyard.
That's not nothing, I think.
Drawing, but it doesn't have any other abilities or activated abilities or only a triggered ability when it enters and when it leaves.
Doesn't affect the opponent that much.
No, that's why I said Mathi really likes to play combo decks or control decks where the opponent doesn't really get to play Magic.
Yeah.
This is one of his main draw engines. He also plays Chromatic Spheres and Chromatic Stars to generate colored mana. He uses green mana for, what's the card named? Look at the top 5 cards, find a colorless spell. Can't really recall at the moment. Anyway, he also plays some Groves of the Burn Willows in that. And
does it also play Walking Ballista?
I do believe it does play some Walking Ballistas.
We will get the deck list shortly.
Yeah, Stream Monkey will be on top of that.
Yep.
Didn't really see who won the die roll. Mathi's pointing. Look here. The sound needs to be louder according to the chat. Let's adjust a little bit. Here we go. It's a little bit louder now.
Yeah.
And let's see what Emmanuel Delvigne is playing, if we can get a good look at his hand or cards.
I think Mathi won the dice roll because Emmanuel is waiting for Mathi to...
Mathi keeps.
So I think Mathi won the die roll.
Yeah. He's gonna mulligan. Emmanuel didn't really get a good look at his hand because he played it pretty close to the chest.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait a little bit longer. Mathi's deck, we'll talk a little bit further about it. As I was saying, he's using all kinds of mana generating or card drawing artifacts that are cheap. So Mox Opals, Ichor Wellsprings, Chromatic Spheres and Stars. And he uses Scrap Trawler, which is a new creature, and also Mirror Retriever. Which is also an artifact creature that says something along the lines of when an artifact leaves the battlefield, goes to the graveyard, you can get an artifact back from the graveyard that costs less, something along those lines. And then you can go for infinite loops if the graveyard is set it up correctly. In the meantime, we have a humans deck.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Delvigne is playing humans. It's I think the most potent modern deck we have at the moment in the metagame. And here we go. Mathi started off with a forest and a chromatic sphere, and his opponent with a cavern on human, obviously, into Noble Hierarch. Mathi's playing Buried Ruin. That's the land. Gets artifacts back from the graveyard and a Mind Stone. in combination with another chromatic sphere passing the turn, it's going pretty fast.
Yeah.
Secret
High
Coast, I think that is that Emmanuel played, and he went for Meddling Mage, and
Now
he's gonna name
predicting.
something. Yeah, he needs to name a card with the Meddling Mage. Hopefully we can read it. He's putting KCI, so Crackle Ironworks will not be used. That's a big beating, but I don't know if Mathi has
any answers to
in the main deck to go through it.
Some removal.
Ancient Stirrings, no. Engineered Explosives. He's playing Engineered Explosives. That's a pretty good one. 3 of. Pyrite Spellbomb can get rid of that.
Yeah.
So now he's playing with the forest, paying for green and Ancient Stirrings, looking for the rest.
Yeah.
He has a Hangerback Walker that can still be pretty big. Maybe he can get through with that, but I don't think he will have time for that. And as I said, he has one main deck, Emrakul and Storm.
Yeah.
So no Walking Ballistas, not in the side either.
Okay.
So, let's see how he continues. In Darksteel Citadel played into... No, I think that's a Scrap Trawler. I will quickly look it up. Scrap Trawler.
So there's the first attack and damage from the Meddling Mage.
So Mathi goes down to 16 already. I missed another attack probably. Somewhere. Oh no, double hierarchy.
Double higher.
Yeah, of course. It's Italia. It's gonna be very good for him, because if he gets rid of a Meddling Mage, he also gets rid of Italia. So Mathi's sacking the Chromatic Sphere, probably making a green mana. In the meantime, I'm pretty sure it's a Scrap Trawler in the top here. Pictures pretty much match. Now you can read it as well to see what it does. Whenever Scrap Trawler or another artifact you control is put into a graveyard from a battlefield, return to your hand an artifact card in your graveyard with less converter mana cost. So we can loop Ichor Wellsprings and Mox Opals and so on for infinite or large amounts of mana, and then main hardcast big Hangerback or Emrakul. Nice. Here we go. Another Chromatic Star has now been played by Mathi. He's looking around maybe for a judge call, I don't know. In the meantime, our stream monkey gave us the deck list of the backup match.
We only received one of them, so
he's looking for the other one probably. Yeah. The backup match is Rob Lammers and
against Mark Lucky.
Lackey, yeah.
It's table 6, I think.
Yeah, indeed, one table. In the meantime, there's a judge call going on, so maybe we will quickly swap over to that match. Or do you know what's going on? What the hold-up is?
No.
His play is continuing. They had some questions. Probably if it's a mana ability, cracking a star for mana or something along those lines. Here we go, Aether Hub. Nice Pokemon energy token. He needs to play some of these lands. He has 2 of them, and also 4 Grove of the Burnwillows. If he does not find colored mana, he needs to be able to play his Ancient Stirrings, of course. Yeah. And he needs to make colored mana for the Engineered Explosives as well. Here we go, a Mox Opal and a Terrarian. It's also one of the mana makers. Terrarian makes 2 colored mana, I believe, when sacked.
Yeah.
You see, it's all kind of more of the same.
Yeah.
Mathi does have to pay a lot of mana for all these.
I think he has 1 card in hand. Did you see what he's holding?
Maybe it's a Clan Ironworks or something. Didn't see it yet.
No.
Horizon Canopy comes down for the humans player. Mathi still, they're far into the game already, still at a healthy life total. He's at 16. Because it can be very aggressive normally. He has a blocker, the scrap trawler itself. Yes, Maarten humans GG, but he does have main deck out. So if he can get, what is it? Engineered explosives, and I think Talia helps with that.
Yeah.
Phantasmal image coming down. He's getting a lot of damage because the human he played, the red one, does damage equal to the amount of humans in play. So yeah, I think he was just dead right there.
Yeah, I think
in
he
one big
copied
swing. A noble. Or he copied it again. He copied the human twice. He made it twice, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and then the incoming damage probably also 8. So yeah. GG. Oh no, the second one does more damage because the first one is on the table already at that point. So, as I was saying, he survived for a long time and then he's dead in one turn. That's how aggressive the humans deck can be. So he is playing the two, I think they have 2 flex slots. The human that does damage, what's he called? The KCI Malcontents. Oh no, he's playing one and then he copied it with a phantasmal image.
Yeah.
So he has one of those in the flex spot. The sideboard, what do you think the humans player will board in? I see some very nifty stuff against this deck. The Kataki's War Mage. War's Wage will definitely come in. It's an artifact, it's a creature, a white creature, 2 mana, and it makes it very hard to maintain a board state containing artifacts. I'll put it up. There we go. 1 white, 1 colorless, 2/1. All artifacts in play have, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this artifact or pay 1 mana. So it's kind of a tabernacle for the whole deck.
Tabernacle for modern.
An artifact, not creature based, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely coming in. Reclamation Sage, blows up artifacts.
Yeah.
So that's coming in. Gutshot, no. Dismember, no. Then Sin Collector. I don't know. Can it take artifacts or it's instants or sorceries? I don't know. Can it take any card as Sin Collector?
I think it's a non-land card with a restriction on the mana base.
But isn't it too slow? It's 3 mana. You choose an instant or sorcery card, so only hits like the Ancient Stirring, so that's not very good.
No.
Oriok Champion, that's for the burn matchup, I think. I'm not sure. And then we have Direfleet Daredevil. That's not gonna work because he doesn't want to play Ancient Stirrings from Mathi's graveyard, I think.
No.
On the other side, we have Mathi's deck. He's playing 2 Defense Grid, 3 Galvanic Blast, 2 Gripper Aether Grid, 4 Nature's Claim, 2 Nihil Spell Bombs, and 2 Wormcoil Engines. I think the Wormcoil Engines can be good.
Yeah.
Defense Grid doesn't work against Emmanuel Delvigne's Aether Vials, I think, because he can just file obnoxious things in during his opponent's turn. Galvanic Blast is very good. If the creatures are still low, he can mow them down, so that's gonna come in. And I think Ripper Aether Grid is gonna come in as an extra thing his opponent needs to know about KCI deck to name with Meddling Mages. Otherwise, he can just ping, one creature after the other.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost him any mana extra, so that might come in. Nature's Claim destroys artifacts or enchantments. Enchantments, no, but would you play it for just the Aether Vials? I don't think you would. Kataki, I don't know. Is it? I think it's not an artifact creature itself. It's a legendary creature spirit, so no, not for that. Nihil Spellbomb, it's not useful. So only 2 Wormcoils, 3 Galvanic Blasts, and 2 Aether Grids probably coming in for Mathi. Or some number of those cards if he can get rid of some cards in the main deck. It does require a lot of setup, and the main deck is pretty well set up with Engineered Explosives and Pyrite Spellbomb as well, which can also work as a kill because you can loop it. So there are multiple axes. Only, the Meddling Mage naming Crackland Ironworks is gonna really wreck his day. Let's quickly have a look if the backup match is on the way. Have a quick look in there. On the right hand side you see Rob Lammers, and on the left hand side Mark Leckie. Mark Leckie is playing Blue-Eyed Control, obviously. And on the right hand side we see Hollow One. New also, recently added to the modern scene. Very graveyard based, discard based. So they're well on the way. I don't know if this is game 1 or game 2. It's 32 minutes left in the round, so might be that we're already in game 2. Hollow One can be damn fast. Putting 3 Hollow Ones in play on turn 1 is not something to sniff at. At the moment it's only a Bloodghast, so there were a lot of creatures already removed from the game, or if that's his graveyard, destroyed probably by Supreme Verdict. The main match already started again, so I swapped back over there. Mathi starts out again with a Forest and a Chromatic Star. His opponent plays an Aether Vial from a 1 unclaimed territory, I guess that is. Which is like a very good start for him.
Maybe the best start with
think,
an Aether Vial.
Yeah, I think it is. Very slow start from Mathi with an Inventor's Fair into a Mind Stone on turn 2. Must have a lot of interaction maybe. Things to make sure he can go off, but needs to hedge against some hate from his opponent's deck.
So what's the usual turn the KCI deck can go off? Is that
Can go off turn 3 or mostly 4, I think, which is kind of what Modern is about. Here we have Champion of the Parish and a played Meddling Mage. We'll see what that's naming again. He did take a damage from the Canopy.
He's already...
the champion is growing because he played the Meddling Mage. Again, naming KCI with the Meddling Mage is gonna really set Mathi back. Needs to read the Champion of the Parish again. Yeah, it's gonna be big, very, very fast. So he has a big clock on the table. Mathi Lenaerts needs to find answers for the Meddling Mage and needs to be able to get combo pieces in the same turn or the turn after when he gets his turn back. He did play a Scrap Trawler again now, so that's one part done. Passes the turn. His opponent puts his Aether Vial up to 2. Is gonna take another point of damage down to 18. To play Skysail Freebooter, gets a look at the hand of a Mox Opal, Crackland Ironworks and an Inventor's Fair. It's gonna set Mathi back again because he's losing one of his combo pieces immediately. And there is another damage dealer on the table, pumping the champion up to a 3-3 now. So a hit of 5 might come in. No, not of 5 because the scrap trawler would block the meddling mage. So I'm expecting a hit of 3 coming in maybe. Filing in Atalia, Guardian of Thraben, pumping the champion to a 4-4, so Mathi is gonna go down to 16. His time is really running out on Mathi. There is a big amount of attackers on the table. He just lost another part of his combo and only had a legendary land in hand, and he drew a Darksteel Citadel, so his opponent knows the exact contents of his hand. Redundant Inventor's Fair. Did he miss? No, yeah, he did. I think he did miss his life gain trigger from the Inventor's Fair, so that's not very good. Or he didn't adjust the die. He should be at 17, but if he missed the trigger and drew his card too quickly, he's gonna he's not gonna gain the life. So I think he did that with me playing him a week or two ago as well. He forgot the trigger. It was pretty important because I could kill him, but I didn't because I didn't draw a lightning bolt at that point. But yeah, it was very important for him to remember that trigger. His opponent untapped, put his file up to 2. No, he left it on 2, I think, because he has another meddling mage in hand, I saw. And he's swinging in with a freebooter for 1, Talia for 2 extras 3, and then 4 from the champion. So that's 7 damage. Mathi down to 9. They're not adjusting the die, but I'll just put it on 9. I think he should be at 9 life now. Emmanuel's counting up what happens with the trigger from the Inventor's Fair, probably to see if he has a 2-turn clock. If Mathi doesn't forget the trigger this time. Still has 3 cards in hand and a vial active. Mathi cracked his Inventor's Fair, so that means he can look for a combo piece. And as he has a redundant one in hand, that's a pretty good play. Does he need to look for a combo piece? Does he need to look for an engineered explosives? I think he does to wipe this board. Problem is his opponent has a violent 2 and a meddling mage in hand. Yeah. So in response to Mathi casting the explosives, he's gonna violet them. And I think he's gonna get killed the next turn. It's a complete blowout, but yeah, Mathi has to play to this out. Emmanuel passes the turn.
A lot of interaction between 2 players. A lot of
back and forth there. Yeah. The KCI deck has a lot of niche things where you need to respond on a correct moment trigger. You cannot respond to the sacking of an artifact because it's a mana ability, so you need to be very clear when you stack triggers of Scrap Trawler and Me Retriever and so on. Here we go. Mathi shows the hand. He takes the engineered explosives, doesn't even have to cast his meddling mage. He just takes the explosives with another kite sail freebooter. Instant speed through the vial. I didn't even see him having that in hand. He has a phantasmal image as well, so he can even copy another freebooter next turn. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be really painful for Mathi to go through all that disruption.
Draws a card from the star. Plays 3 engineered explosives.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only 2 left.
Yeah, but we know Emmanuel still has a
meddling mage.
A meddling mage. He'll never pick that file up in this matchup with a meddling mage in hand. The file is always gonna stay at 2, definitely with this board state. He took a cracker and he took an explosives. He has a phantasmal image to take the very next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if Mathi is forced to block, he's gonna lose another important combo piece. he cracked his second Inventor Sphere. Asking his opponent if that's okay, probably because he put the deck back. And there we go. And he's gonna get completely blown out because his opponent still has the Meddling Mage and he can copy. Yeah, but he can't play it now because he needs to pay an extra mana for Talia and blow it up immediately.
Yeah.
And his opponent is gonna get a turn. So I know what you meant there, but he's gonna play his freebooter off of the lands. With the Phantasmal Image in hand, I mean. Copy a freebooter, he can get it, or he can vial it in through a Meddling Mage.
But if Mathi is on 9, he's dead on the swing, so...
Yeah, definitely if the champion is gonna grow even further.
Yeah.
So he has only one blocker, so the champion can be blocked. The swing is for 2, 4, 6 at the moment. The champion he can block with a Scrap Trawler. It's a creature, I know it's on the side, but it's still a creature, and he's gonna lose another card doing that. So I don't think he's in a very good position. I think he's gonna Phantasmal Image. I would play it the other way around, Emmanuel. Tap your lands. Oh, he's gonna play another champion. And he's gonna copy a freebooter. He's gonna copy the Meddling Mage.
Meddling Mage, yeah.
And he's gonna name Engineered Explosives. That's the safest play. The greedier play would be...
he pointed at the Engineered Explosives.
I'm happy that Timmy put those cards there and the marker pen because it's helping a lot today. We had some issues last time. So a swing for 2. And then 9, 11. $13. I don't think there is a block. I think he's dead. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh no, it's 8. I think he's at 1. Or
3.
Or 3, maybe missed something somewhere.
We're glad Mathi is
adjusting the die.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, but yeah.
I think it's just an extra thing you usually don't do when you're playing with your friends at the table, in the kitchen table or something like that. So the big dice, it's not a common thing to do, and I think that's a problem for a lot of players to forget because it's not in your common way of thinking during a match, especially when you're on stream. So it's an extra factor. You have to think of, and you don't want to do that. You just want to stick to your game. And
it's very stressful sometimes. Mathi has been on stream before, so normally, he has a grip breed, but it's not gonna do enough. Let's have a look. Emmanuel Delvigne wins 2 games to 0 with 20 minutes on the clock. Let's have a look if the second table's playing. They are, so we'll switch over there. I'll change the names, and since they're starting, let's have a look. They reset the games. They aren't at 0-0, but we do not know really what the score at this point is. I will, however, tell you on the right hand side we have Rob Lammers, and he's playing a black-red hollow one.
Yep.
And on the left we have Mark Lackey. Hope I spelled that correctly. And I think he's on blue-white control.
No, he's at hollow one. Mark Lackey is on.
So they're vice versa, the names.
They're sitting here.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm incorrect. My apologies. So it's like this, and Rob Lammers is on blue-white control. I'll adjust the live totals as we are entering probably game 2 or 3. There is a control deck at the table, so it might still be game 2. First play by Mark Lecky is fetching Wooded Foothills into a Blood Crypt, playing. What is that creature called again? From the Hollow One deck. Let's have a look. Oh, we have the list here. Flame Blade Adept.
So it's 1-0 for Mark.
So Hollow One up a game like
Yeah.
this. That's pretty impressive. After 30 minutes into the round
Yeah.
against the blue-eyed control deck, I wouldn't have expected that. That's,
Normally,
yeah.
when the game goes long enough, the
Yeah.
control deck should have won.
We see a little bit of a board state in between games from the future table, and I thought Rob Lammers was looking pretty strong there.
Yeah.
He had a good mana base. He had played some Sphinx's Revelation, I thought, and some Supreme Verdicts. Probably Bloodghasts are too resilient, as they keep coming back with a land drop from Mark Lackey. So
Yeah.
here we go, Goblin Lore. Do you know what Goblin Lore does? The card spiked in money. It's printed only two times, I think. No, 3 times. Starter deck 1999, Portal 2nd Age, and the 3rd time in 10th edition. That's why it's legal. I'll put it up. It's a ridiculous card.
Draw 4 cards and put them into your hand. Then discard 3 cards at random from your hand.
That's what they're doing now. So he has at 9 cards. That's the first one to go. That's Kermac Angling. That's not one you want to see going with this spell on the stack. And then Bloodghast. That's one you want to see going.
Yeah.
And then number 9, we only have 7 cards left. Number 11, number 10. I think he wished those were the die rolls to go first.
Yeah.
Number 9, look at him. 6, the 6th one. And that's a Flamewake Phoenix. That's also one you want to see going because it comes back during combat or at the start of combat. So he still has a Flameblade Adept. The Flameblade Adept at this point has grown in size because of the discard. So for 1 mana, it's pretty big. Something went wrong there. Yeah. He was hitting, but got destroyed by, what is that? Or did he vapor snag it?
Yeah, it vapor snagged.
He vapor snagged it. So now you see the creature on screen, it becomes pretty big when you discard the cycle cards, and it has menace. So you need 2 blockers for it.
Yeah.
Pretty good card. From all the discarding that was done, the Hollow One was free to play. But the control player is doing a lot better now. Glacial Fortress, an island, and a Field of Ruin in play. His opponent plays a land, the Bloodghast triggers landfall. So comes into play. His opponent can't really do anything about that unless Path to Exile. Never really had a chance.
Do you think the blue-white control deck plays Rest in Peace?
I have no clue. Would be a very good card in this to fight this deck.
Yeah. Because it's the second game, maybe he got it in his sideboard, so...
Okay, he's gonna Vapor Snag the Hollow One probably. Because the Hollow One triggered the Flame Wake Phoenix. And that's why the Blood Crypt is tapped, so we can pay run red to get it back. It's due to Flying Haste.
Yeah.
He flashbacked Vapor Snag, putting the Hollow One back and mitigating the damage to just 2 points. So he's at 18. And his opponent went to 15.
Yeah, because of the lose 1 life from the Vapor Snag.
Normally Snapcaster is known for flashing back bigger and stronger spells, but yeah, he needs to do it here to mitigate damage, buy time.
Yeah.
At the moment he needs, if he's gonna threaten a Supreme Verdict, another source of white mana. So another Blood Crypt down to 12. Yeah. After combat play, what would the after combat play here be? Maybe a collective brutality, although it would be better pre-combat if you had something to toss. He's gonna play Fiery Temper. What's it called? Burning Inquiry. Both players draw cards and randomly discard cards now. Yeah, it's a pretty funky deck.
It's
janky.
Yeah.
Robert the Jankmeister would love that kind of deck, I guess.
Yeah. I think the discard is
he doesn't
for the
need any
control deck.
consistency. In the meantime, we're getting in some information about the decks being played from the 32 players. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So now they're going to have to roll a lot of dice.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the game went so long.
Especially when Rob is all of the throws are higher than the amount of cards.
Yeah, indeed. And his opponent is doing his best with the Vapor Snack to hand to keep his hand total high. Another Flamewake Phoenix went to the graveyard. Yeah, Burning Inquiry, indeed, big.
Cryptic. Oh.
Ooh. Cryptic.
And the land.
Is it a white land? Does he still have a Supreme Verdict?
I think it's a fetch land. No.
Polluted Delta, probably?
No, it's white-blue.
Ah, then it's Flooded Strand.
Flooded Strand. Maybe.
His opponent is funny, he puts the creatures always to one side when he's casting spells, and then he puts... Here we go, Fatal Push for the Snappy. Promotional Fatal Push. Hollow ones! Free ones! Here we go. Get your white mana Supreme Verdict, it's time. Well, post-combat plays, pretty strong. Pretty strong. Another Vapor Snack. Serum Visions.
I don't think he has a fourth land. He doesn't have it in his hand. And now he's
Scrying his 2 cards, they do seem good, but yeah, he really needs land. Control deck, not making land drops.
Yeah, he had to discard one, so that was his fourth land.
And for this control player to actually finish this game and win another one in 10 minutes and 5 turns, it's gonna be very hard.
I think so too.
Especially for facing down 8, 10, 12 points, another 2 Phoenixes in the graveyard. So he's actually gonna take 14 damage next turn if he does nothing. Yeah, indeed big. There we have a Wall of Omens. Yes, we draw another card. Yippee.
Yeah, but the Phoenix flies.
Yeah.
So that's 6 damage in the air.
And he's gonna take at least another 6 on the ground. Unless his opponent even fatal pushes this one. He went to combat, trigger. Paid the cost for the Phoenixes. Here we go. Look at that. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
16 damage. After his opponent killed one of his, or pounced one of his hollow ones last turn, he's gonna block one of the hollow ones, of course. 6, 10, 12 damage coming through.
Yeah, he's do 6.
So he took 14 damage.
No, 12, 18.
Okay,
minus 12 is 6.
It's still early, Evil. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I didn't really see this cry, Tom, quick in the chat, Tom Neven. I only saw the wall, so I didn't really see the second card. But his opponent yeah, the blue-white control player missing a land drop, and he draws an island, which is not what he's looking for, because
No.
he can't Supreme Verdict with that, he can't even path twice with that. And he's still dead to what's on the table if he even gets rid of the 2 hollow ones. So I think it's GG. I think, yeah, he can play. Yeah, he has a subtle wreckage. So he could have exiled a lot of creatures in the attack phase, but missing the white mana to get that done. So here we go. 2 games to 0 for the hollow one player. Let's put us beautiful men back on the stream. There we go. We saw